Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to all of the absolutely incredible contributions from my Optibotimus Plus channel members, and by viewers like you, we're going to be taking a look at the new Masters of the Universe Origins Heroic Spy in the Sky Buzz-Off. One of the two figures in this wave that I was really looking forward to. For the package, much like all of them, you had that gorgeous Masters of the Universe card with the rocks, the logo, all that stuff. New for 2022, it is was an unpunched figure, or card I should say. You got the clamshell fully showcased. This was one that I was excited about. I just love the look of him. It's ridiculous. To me, like with the little headpiece, it just screams 80s. I've always loved it. Then you come around to the back, and like I talked about, there were only two figures in this wave I was really looking forward to. Him and then Sorceress. These two here I don't really have much of an interest in, so those ones aren't going to be added to my collection. But then you come around here, and again, gorgeous art up here. He's the leader of Eternia's bee people, and he uses apparently his insect vision to keep an eye on Skeletor's evil plans. And then again, gorgeous art right there. I love what they do with this. Super awesome. Then you got a call out to his action features, which is basically you can spread his wings, and hey, you can twist them into powerful battle positions. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Buzz-Off opened up and out of his packaging. And honestly, I don't know why I like this guy so much. I think in terms of the original Filmation cartoon, he was like in 4 episodes or something, so he really wasn't a very prominent extra character, but I think that much like with what NECA does with some of their TMNT releases, I feel like a lot of people really kind of gravitate towards certain characters because of the toys. You know, characters like Wingnut and Screwloose. Guys like that really, like I said, did not have a very big presence in the animated series, but it was those vintage toys. And I think that's definitely the case here with Buzz-Off. This guy's just weird and fun looking. For his accessories, you can have him hold it, which is kind of impressive to me, but you got this little axe thing here. But what's weird is, obviously, he's got these little insectoid hands. This is definitely a precursor to what we're going to be getting with Clawful, but you can see how the very back section here has a more rounded section, which is designed to, when you push that all the way in, he holds that very nicely, because there's no way that you can have him hold it here or anything like that. So I love the fact that they did that. If memory serves, you used to have to just kind of take that and like kind of wrap it around his claw in the original vintage toy line, but I love the fact that they did it, and it holds in there very securely. That's not coming out. I absolutely love that. He also does come with his helmet. Again, the kind of connection to the toy and the cartoon are totally different things. I always thought that this is how he looked, but actually in the cartoon, he had this. Now, granted, the little eyepieces weren't all that big, but I honestly thought that it was always like this, and I was going to display him like that, but realistically, this is kind of how he looked. So he does come with that for an accessory as well. And then I guess you could kind of say his wings are accessories. Now, these can actually be removed. They just kind of sit in there in like this weird, I don't even know, like a locking sort of thing. You got the big giant nub right there if you do take them off. But you can see like the little lock and key sort of thing right there. So you just kind of put that there, slide that in, do that on that side, slide that in. But works perfectly fine. Great detail on here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but great kind of tech detail, which looks really very, very cool. I like how they did that. Again, very nicely homaging that original toy. As you can see, he does stand kind of squat, but you can stand him up a little bit straighter, and you increase his height fairly decently. This is how I have all my Masters Origin figures displayed, having them standing totally upright, just because I really love that vintage look, but I love the modern articulation that they put in that allows you to get a more standard size action figure. But coming in to take a closer look at these details, the head sculpt looks fantastic. I love the little things there. I really like the metallic blue paint there that they have for his eyes. And again, you can see a lot of parts on here that will be reused for Clawful, like his the chest section here, the arms, the hands, and things like that. I'm trying to even think if the feet are. I don't remember, honestly. But a lot of reused parts with the Masters figures. That's just kind of the way that it is. Articulation-wise is all the same. You do have a ball joint here for the neck. You do have the pin hinge joints for the shoulders. You can rip those off if you're so inclined. Don't know why you'd want to, but yeah, you know, it's a thing that you can do. So do it if you want to. Put that in there. You do have the ball joint with the rotation there at the elbow. The wrists do move forward and back and rotate, but it does move like that. I kind of wish that it did it the other way, where you can like move that up and down. So I mean, you kind of have that. I don't know. I kind of like having them be more like that. Because I feel like that's how they would more or less stand, but you can't really... Oh, although, honestly, that one does move in and out that way, so they're reversed. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. So you have two different kind of articulation things. So you have the rotation. This one just goes up and down like that, but that does go like that on that side. So kind of wish that we had that on both sides. Maybe I'll reverse that, because honestly, I kind of like having that here, and this... holds better in a hand like that. You do have the waist, you do have the hips, and then the knees, all that fun stuff. You can see that with the wings, and you can have them... I am waspinator. Actually, I'm not a wasp. I am a bumblebee. So, maybe if I'm going to do a comparison, I should do something like that. There you go. Man, a Clash of the 80s franchises right there. That's fun. But in general... Like I said, I really do very much like this. It was super fun. I do think, as I was talking about, that a lot of these figures, you have more of that connection to the actual toy than anything. Yeah, see, I like the way that this is going to look better. You do have that connection to the actual vintage toy a little bit more than, say, the animation character. Just because he didn't... No, that gets in there tight. He just didn't have that big of a impact in the cartoon, and that's perfectly fine. But that toy was just fun. Every time I remember seeing him as a kid, it was always without the wings and stuff, which always kind of sucked, because you got to have the full look for this guy. And now, granted, I don't know how I'm going to feel about these. I'll probably leave them on there just for the heck of it. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Masters of the Universe Origins Buzz Off. I do want to send a huge shout out to the folks over at Mattel for sending me this figure, as well as several of these other ones. These are the ones that I wanted to get in this wave, and it was nice of them to actually hook me up with that. So there you go, guys. If you'd like to pick up this or any of the other Masters of the Universe Origin figures, you can do so at various retail locations right now, or as always, you can go online to places like Big Bad Toy Store, where it makes it a little bit easier to find some of them. You can just pre-order them and lock your actual figures in right then and there. So for that, I'll put a link right down there in the video description, where you can head on over to BBTS and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Masters of the Universe Origin figures. Beyond that, everybody, that's about it. Once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and as always, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you all so much for watching and taking the time to be a kid.